Fortnite, 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 Fortnite.
Look at that llama.
Look at that llama. Can you guys even see the llama? So one of the biggest questions we've been asked so far on this channel is what can I do to upgrade my Fortnite game?
How do you get better?
How do you get better? Now, we're looking at easy fixes, things that will actually give you a competitive edge versus your talent, so to speak. I mean, obviously, practice pays off, but if you're looking for that edge, sometimes you need the stuff.
It's not something we would call like a cheat. It's more like an accessory or something that will elevate your game.
So we're gonna be looking at 5 different items today, both on computer, mobile, and console to see what you can do to elevate your game.
If you're playing on console, you're playing on a PlayStation or on the Xbox, you have the regular controller. The problem is you have very little functionality with these fingers. But what this controller does is it gives you additional options to use when you're gaming. Additional buttons to use to just elevate your game that much more. This is the Scuff controller.
Yep, this is a pro version. Another big thing, especially when you're using those back paddles instead of using your thumb, is that you can keep your thumb on the aiming. You always want to be able to aim whenever you're playing a game. You'd have to move your thumb from this to the X button, whereas now you can click a paddle in the back, right, and you can get your X. So it's good. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest hacks in console gaming. Now, there are cheaper versions. This one goes for about $250. There is a less expensive one with only 2 paddles on the back.
I was surprised at the ergonomics of this. The buttons are just placed in like such a perfect manner that it just fits exactly where your fingers go. So it's not like it's something that's easy to click.
And Nathan has big hands, I have small hands. We both can hold the controller comfortably. There's nothing else better than this. I mean, we look at some other ones, they're weird. All right, item number 2 is something you will need for your PC.
So the regular PC mouses are they just have 2 buttons and then a scroller in the middle. But this one, made by Razer, this is the Death Adder Elite. And one of the reasons that it's so much better is it has buttons here for your thumb, so it's not just sitting there. It can actually perform functions while you're playing and moving your mouse around.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop you from gaming. You can still press and still click buttons. It's pretty useful. Another thing too is the actual sensitivity of the mouse is a lot higher in terms of resolution than a typical mouse.
And I feel like the buttons are more tactile than a typical Microsoft mouse or something like that you would use. Like this mouse was made for gaming.
Yeah, you click it, you know you're clicking.
It feels ergonomically friendly.
Yeah.
Just how it fits in your hand, it's just nice that way.
It also has these rubber side grommets, so to speak, where it's like, you know, slip proof when your hands get wet in certain situations, you know.
You're in a high stakes game.
Yeah, it matters. You don't want your hand slipping off your mouse. I just feel like upgrading your mouse, it doesn't have to be this expensive. This goes for like $120. You can find a cheaper Razer mouse or a cheaper mouse of your choice that's gaming orientated, and you will get a huge advantage because like it's made for precision.
So this is one of the ways that you can elevate your PC Fortnite gaming.
It's something that you need. You need a gaming mouse in order to be accurate consistently. Alright, so now we're going to be looking over to the mobile arena for Fortnite. As you guys know, Fortnite is extremely popular on mobile devices, but you're pretty limited in terms of what you can do on it, its functionality. So we're going to be looking at a controller for it.
Because with Fortnite Mobile, you only really have 2 thumbs that you can use.
Yeah.
Whereas on console or PC, you have a bunch of different other functions you can use.
You got your fingers. This is a controller in question. It is an intense gaming controller. Now, it only works on actual Android phones. Fortnite doesn't allow you to play with that on iOS. If you're someone who plays Fortnite on Android, or if you play PUBG on Android, this definitely helps because it gives you the functionality of a console, but on mobile. Look at that. And our matchmaking sucks. How does that feel?
Feels good. It feels pretty big, but obviously because he's using the iPhone XS. But in terms of like tactility, and it feels like a console.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. You have all your buttons here, and you have your directional buttons here.
You got your shooting buttons on the side. If you're using this against mobile users, I mean, there's nothing a mobile user can do.
Oh yeah, you definitely win.
Yeah.
If somebody's using their mobile phone.
With this, like I don't know how you'd be able to aim faster than someone like this. But unfortunately, it does not work with iOS. iOS doesn't allow for external controllers yet. Imagine if it could work on iOS. I'd be so happy right now. I'd just be like, but yeah, so you only got your 2 thumbs. You can move, you can aim. You're so limited. So limited. All right, next.
We are going back to PC gaming on Fortnite. When you are gaming on a PC, you have your keyboard and mouse. But the problem with the keyboard is you have so many different options that your fingers could mess up and click a different button. This little trick, I'm sure, will help you elevate your game so much more. It is the Razer Weaver, and it replaces a keyboard.
Now, one thing I hate, I play Fortnite, I panic sometimes. I hate when you're trying to switch your gun, because you have to click 1, 2, 3, or 4 to switch your gun. I hate misclicking, because like, you know, you're stressing out, you're like, click 1, but then you click like escape or something, and it's like, ah, great. So this gives you a place where your hand is permanently set, and you can memorize where your fingers go. I like it.
You have 20 different options for buttons that you can choose here, all that your fingers can all reach. On the side, you have a navigation joystick option, and then you have another button here, and then an additional button here.
Yeah, so like instead of just using your thumb to jump, you can do other stuff with it. You can jump, select weapons and stuff like that. I personally like this.
And because everybody has different hand size, this is fully adjustable.
Yeah.
On both from the palm and where your thumb goes.
Mm-hmm. He's got big hands. He's adjusting the length of it, so now his fingers can reach them comfortably.
And then on the thumb as well.
Yeah, on the thumb, because Nathan, once again, has big hands. All right, his thumb, for it to comfortably rest on the joystick and stuff like that, he needs it to be further out. It's actually a really smart option. If you're someone who's new, I feel like if you got used to this, it'd be a lot better than a keyboard.
Yeah, every one of these options, I'd say, except for the SCUF controller, it will take some getting used to.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to be used to this right off the bat. Nobody's going to be, well, maybe the mouse too. Nobody's really going to be, you might have to get used to touching the buttons here. But this one, I feel like it would be the biggest learning curve. But once you get good at it, I think you'll be so good at it.
Yeah, because your hand's always in the same spot. It's like, there's less room for error, right? You're not going to panic and like move your hand off the thing. You're just going to like touch it, right? Yeah, I like it. All right. Last item. Back to the mobile phone. We have not died yet in our game, which I think is a
wow.
Look at our guy. He's like a samurai, a lone warrior, chilling there. You know what he needs? He needs an upgrade. All right. He needs help from you. So we're gonna be looking at another mobile option. This is a mobile controller that works on iOS. Now, it's more of a physical thing. So for starters, you have a grip, and you also have these tactile buttons, which we will get into in a sec, because these actually do help. Ooh, there we are, nice and secure. Now, these buttons go at the top of your screen. You put them down, you rest them, and these act as a trigger. We have set a magical button up here at the very top of the screen. So every time we click this, we automatically jump.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it's the same thing as like not moving your hand when you're aiming. So you can aim and jump at the same time. Ooh, I feel like that's actually, wow, actually that's pretty cool. Now you automatically run, you jump, you look, ooh, look at that added function out. Hey.
And with the added features on the side, that just makes it feel like more of a controller.
Yes.
Because I'm sure it gets uncomfortable when you're using your phone gaming. Your hands can get sore, you get cramped.
Now another thing we do have set up is on the other side over here, we have it set up to aim. So you can aim now while using this other joystick. Now we have it set to actually aim and jump. And I mean, that's just 2 more buttons that you didn't have before that you now have.
So all of these items can easily amplify your Fortnite playing so that you can play like ninja. But if you had to pick, which one would you choose?
I feel like the one here that gives you the clearest advantage over anything else, the SCUF. Every pro uses it in console gaming, every FPS game.
And there's very little learning curve. If all you have to do is get used to the bottom buttons here, everything else is the exact same as controller.
The SCUF for me is the number 1 choice. What about you, Nathan?
For me, I like a challenge, and I like something that when I figure it out, it's going to amplify my game so much more. So I think I'm going to go with this.
Yeah?
Even though it's going to be difficult at first, and it's probably going to be very, very frustrating, after a while when you get good at it, I think this will blow you away at how good you can be.
I feel like that would help a lot, because like you're not panicking and you're not like lifting your hand off of the keyboard. It's always there.
Let us know what you guys think is the best option, and if you have any other cool things that you use to be better at Fortnite and play more like Ninja.
Yeah, let us know. Also leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe if you're new. That's important.